When someone is facing a serious illness, our focus naturally goes to their physical symptoms. We work hard to manage pain, nausea, and shortness of breath. But there is another kind of suffering that often goes unseen, a deep sadness that can settle over a person's spirit. This is depression, and it is incredibly common in palliative care, a field dedicated to providing comfort and quality of life for people with life-limiting conditions. It's a condition that can be easily overlooked because many of its symptoms, like fatigue and loss of appetite, can be mistaken for the illness itself. It is a critical part of care that we must not ignore. The journey through a serious illness is more than just a physical battle. It is an emotional and psychological marathon. Patients are grappling with profound changes to their lives, their independence, and their futures. The weight of this reality can be immense, leading to feelings of hopelessness and despair. It's not just a bad mood or a temporary case of the blues. It is a persistent and heavy burden that can significantly impact a person's ability to cope with their illness, connect with loved ones, and find any sense of peace or joy in the time they have. Recognizing this struggle is the very first step toward providing truly comprehensive care. We often think of palliative care as managing physical pain, and that is a huge part of it. But emotional and psychological pain can be just as debilitating. If left unaddressed, depression can worsen physical symptoms, reduce the effectiveness of treatments, and create a profound sense of isolation for the patient. It's a vicious cycle where the illness feeds the depression, and the depression makes the illness feel even worse. This is why it is so essential for everyone involved, doctors, nurses, family members, and caregivers, to be aware of the signs and to create an environment where it is safe for patients to talk about their emotional health. Our mission in medicine, and especially in palliative care, is to care for the whole person. This means we must look beyond the charts and the test results to see the human being who is navigating one of life's most difficult paths. It requires us to listen with our hearts as much as with our stethoscopes. By acknowledging that depression is a real and treatable part of the palliative care journey, we open the door to providing a level of comfort and support that can make an incredible difference. It is about affirming that their emotional well-being matters just as much as their physical comfort every single day. Identifying depression in a patient with a serious illness can be tricky. The classic signs we might look for in a healthy person can look very different in this context. For instance, a common symptom is persistent sadness or a feeling of emptiness. A patient might say things like, "I just don't care anymore," or "What's the point?" This isn't just a fleeting moment of discouragement. It's a constant, heavy cloud that colors their entire world. They might not cry or seem outwardly upset, but a quiet, pervasive sense of hopelessness has taken root, making it hard for them to engage with anything or anyone around them. Another key sign is social withdrawal. A patient who once enjoyed visits from family and friends may start refusing company or seem distant and unresponsive when people are there. They might turn off the television, put down a book, and simply lie in silence. This isn't necessarily about being tired. It's about losing interest in the activities and relationships that once brought them joy. This withdrawal can be a way of coping with overwhelming feelings, but it often deepens the sense of loneliness and isolation, making the depression even more difficult to overcome. It is a silent turning away from the world. Physical symptoms are also a major part of the picture, and this is where it gets complicated. Extreme fatigue, a loss of appetite, and trouble sleeping are all common symptoms of both depression and many serious illnesses. To tell the difference, we have to look at the whole person. Is the fatigue more profound than what the illness alone would explain? Has the patient lost interest in food completely, even their favorite meals? These subtle distinctions are important clues that point towards an underlying depression that needs its own specific attention and care. Finally, feelings of worthlessness or guilt can be a powerful indicator. Patients might express that they feel like a burden to their families. They might apologize constantly or feel guilty for being sick and needing so much help. These feelings can be deeply painful and are a clear sign that the person's emotional health is suffering. They are not just worrying, they are judging themselves harshly at a time when they need compassion the most. Recognizing these verbal and emotional cues is vital for us to step in and offer the support they so desperately need to find their sense of self-worth again. To effectively help someone, we first need to understand why depression takes hold in the first place. The causes are complex and interconnected, often falling into four main areas. The first is the physical burden of the illness itself. Chronic, unrelenting pain is a powerful trigger for depression. When every day is a battle against physical discomfort, it can drain a person's emotional reserves, leaving them feeling exhausted and hopeless. The body and mind are deeply connected, and when the body is in constant distress, it is incredibly difficult for the mind to find peace or joy. Next are the psychological factors. A serious illness forces a person to confront their own mortality and the loss of their future dreams. This can lead to what we call existential distress, a deep questioning of life's meaning and purpose. Patients may feel a profound loss of control over their own lives, as their days become dictated by medical appointments, treatments, and their body's limitations. This loss of independence and identity can be a devastating blow to a person's self-esteem and can pave the way for a deep and persistent depression to develop. Social factors also play a critical role. Illness can be incredibly isolating. Friends and family may not know what to say, and so they might visit less often, leaving the patient feeling lonely and forgotten. The patient may also feel too tired or unwell to participate in social activities that once brought them happiness. This social isolation robs them of a crucial support system just when they need it most. The feeling of being cut off from the world and from the people you love is a heavy weight to bear and can significantly contribute to feelings of sadness and despair. Finally, there are the spiritual dimensions of suffering. For many people, faith or spirituality is a source of strength and comfort, but for some, a serious illness can trigger a crisis of faith. They may wonder why this is happening to them, or feel abandoned by a higher power they once trusted. This spiritual pain can be profound, shaking the very foundation of their beliefs and leaving them feeling lost and alone in the universe. Addressing this aspect of their suffering is a crucial part of holistic palliative care, helping them find a renewed sense of meaning or peace. The good news is that depression is treatable, even in the context of a serious illness. The key is a compassionate, team-based approach that addresses the whole person. It all starts with psychosocial support. This means creating a safe space for patients to talk about their fears, their sadness, and their worries without judgment. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is simply listen. Caregivers and family can use supportive phrases like, "I'm here for you, it's okay to feel this way," or "Tell me more about what's on your mind." These simple words can make a world of difference. In many cases, medication can be an important part of the treatment plan. Antidepressants can help correct the chemical imbalances in the brain that contribute to depression, lifting the heavy fog and making it easier for the patient to engage with other therapies and with their loved ones. It's not about creating a false sense of happiness. It's about restoring a person's ability to feel a range of emotions and to find moments of comfort and connection. These decisions are always made carefully by the medical team, in close conversation with the patient and their family to ensure it is the right choice for them. Complementary therapies can also be incredibly beneficial in soothing the mind and spirit. Things like music therapy can evoke positive memories and emotions, while pet therapy can provide unconditional love and a comforting physical presence. Gentle art therapy or simply spending time in a garden can also offer a sense of peace and purpose. These therapies work alongside medical treatments to nurture the patient's well-being on multiple levels. They provide moments of beauty and connection that can be a powerful antidote to the sadness and isolation that often accompany a serious illness. Ultimately, the most effective approach is teamwork. A dedicated palliative care team, including doctors, nurses, social workers, chaplains, and counselors, works together to create a comprehensive circle of support around the patient and their family. Each member brings their unique expertise to address the physical, emotional, social, and spiritual roots of the patient's suffering. With this compassionate and collaborative care, it is possible to lift the burden of depression. Patients can find comfort, dignity, and a renewed sense of meaning, allowing them to live their remaining time with the best quality of life possible. There is always hope for finding peace.